Welcome, listeners, and thanks so much for joining us. Elko Live today features our guest supervisory park ranger from the California Trail Interpretive Center. Cheryl Miller joins us, and we're on the doorstep of the most popular event in Elko. It kicks off the summer season. Cheryl, how are you feeling today?
Oh my gosh, I'm not going to lie, Lori. I'm a little bit tired. We have been working long and hard to put trail days on for this year, and we're so excited to welcome the public out and show them all the cool stuff that we've been working on and putting together for them.
2 days. It's free. It's a reenactment. There are hands-on activities, everything from gold panning to wagon rides. You're also going to have special guests representing the First People, because they had an entirely different reaction to all those California Trail travelers. Some 250,000 people estimated that streamed through back in 1849 and beyond.
Absolutely. So many people's lives changed during the largest human migration in North America, and we'll be trying to tell all of those stories as well as we can during the Trail Days event. So like you said, we're going to have gold panning, but we're also going to have Shoshone basket weavers. And we're going to have our Wiki Up Village. So we just finished building them. They look beautiful. They have fresh sagebrush. We're going to have Tim, one of our longtime archaeologists, who's going to be down in the Wiki Up Village, and they're going to be cooking food. And I just learned this. If you have never tried putting together a Wiki Up, we're going to give you the opportunity to add some sagebrush and tie it on. It's so windy here. They couldn't just set that sagebrush on. It had to be tied on just right. And Tim will be walking people through that and some other things that will give you a glimpse into Shoshone life around the turn of the century.
It's hard to believe. It's really important to understand, but this kind of construction that was being done for thousands of years with the First People, Cheryl, there are some remnants of corrals that they were able to make out of these natural materials, and they withstood the test of time for possibly hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Absolutely. There are some incredible artifacts still left on the landscape. One of the cool ones that I like to talk about is the antelope chutes that they would build out of rocks or sometimes sagebrush, because antelope don't like to jump. They're the fastest mammal in North America, but they don't like to jump over fences. So the Shoshone and the Northern Paiutes knew that if they built up these very short walls into a chute and drove the antelope into that they could actually harvest them in that way without having to chase down, the fastest mammal in North America. I'm sure they were fast, but humans aren't that fast. And so there are just so many incredible remnants out on the landscape to find and discover.
And like you said, the beautiful basketry, and you'll have folks on hand to explain that, because there's some beautiful collections locally. It's just an exciting day at California Trail Days, both Saturday and Sunday. And just about everything we're going to be talking about, we want to emphasize this is free of charge to the public, Cheryl.
That's one of the most exciting things that I am so proud to announce, is that absolutely we don't charge admission, and we don't charge any sort of activity fee. So you can come out and do all of this cool stuff with your family for free. You can learn, you can experience, you can have fun, and hopefully bond with your family that you bring out with you. Bring your friends, bring your neighbors, learn something. And the only thing that does cost something is you will have to pay for your Shoshone taco, or bring a picnic lunch with you. We've got a beautiful picnic area. We'd love for you to come and spend the whole day.
Thanks, Cheryl. Just a reminder of some of the activities. We're going to be talking more about that, obviously, because it's 2 great days. There are some amazing special guests who are coming. The California Trail Interpretive Center is located 8 miles west of Elko. Take I-80 and the Hunter exit. This starts at 10 a.m. both days. This is a fantastic weekend for this too, Cheryl, because Elko Mining Expo, they're wrapping up today. And so some of the travelers and guests will be free to attend this event, as well as folks who are in town for graduation.
Yeah, that's what we were hoping. When we scheduled it the weekend after all of these big things, we thought, well, hopefully people will extend their stay or bring out friends and family that maybe came for the expo or came for graduation, and now they can come out to the Trail Center and experience pioneer and Native American
And we do have some special guest speakers and presentations, folks that we want to honor for their years and sometimes decades of dedication to preserving the California Trail, as well as brand new guest, Sagebrush Sam. And she's going to be bringing not one, but 2 horses and her dog Juniper.
That's what I understand. And we're really excited to host Samantha Szorka, also known as Sagebrush Sam. You can look her up on social media at Nevada Discovery Ride. But like you said, we have some really wonderful old friends that are also going to be coming and giving presentations. And so if you have never seen the presentation on the anatomy of a covered wagon, this might be your last year to see it. So if you are wagon curious and you want to know what all those little parts are and how they fix it out on the trail and all that good stuff, Frank is going to be given one of his last presentations on the anatomy of a wagon. So come on out and see that. And in the same vein, his wife also gives an incredible presentation on what women wore. You know, those outfits were pretty complicated, Lori.
They look that way, but they were designed specifically to keep women cool and comfortable, and sometimes they even concealed the weapons that the women would carry because they were not shrinking violets along the California Trail.
That's right. They looked beautiful, but they had a lot going on under there that was functional, you know, maybe protective. And if you're curious about what women wore and why, come on out and see a presentation. Might again be the very last time that is presented. So hopefully you'll come on out and see those exciting speakers.
That's free, of course, both days, Saturday and Sunday this weekend at the California Trail Interpretive Center. I've also been seeing some posts, Cheryl, about music. There's going to be some live music.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Southwind is going to be coming out and playing their usual set of classics that everyone loves. And I'm pretty sure I also heard there might be some square dancing.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be experienced because square dancers love to teach people square dancing.
That is what I understand,
Yes.
is that these people that are coming out are very enthusiastic about bringing people in from the crowd, teaching younger folks. So there should be a lot of interesting and exciting things to do. And you never know, you might leave with a new skill like knowing how to square dance.
That's right. Or how to throw an axe. Or, of course, archery is also among the featured activities. There's a young woman coming, and I think she was a reenactor early on in the days of California Trail Days, Cheryl, and she plays a penny whistle. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, and I always think, you know, all of those kids out there that are playing recorders right now, well, that's not new. Kids have been playing penny whistles and small flutes like that for literally hundreds of years. And so that's just a really wonderful way for us to connect to, you know, history, but then what our kids are doing today and, you know, bugging us at home with. I'm sure back in the 1800s, they were telling her to put that penny whistle down, just like you guys are probably telling your kids to stop it with the recorder right now. We've had enough tonight.
And then there are the wagon rides. You'll have teams of horses, and they'll be pulling those wagons, Cheryl.
Yeah, so all those cool wagons that you can see outside of the center, and I know some of you have been like, oh man, I would love to take a ride in that wagon. Well, this weekend is your chance. Travis, one of our wonderful community members, is bringing his horses out. He's going to be hitching up to one of our coolest wagons. We're going to be adding hay bales to the back of the wagon. I got them in the truck right now, Lori. We're going to unload them. Yeah, driving around with them right now. So we'll have those unloaded and in the back of the wagon. And we all know that the pioneers didn't really ride in the wagons very often, but you will get an opportunity to check it out and see what that experience was firsthand this weekend.
That is wonderful, fantastic. And if Travis is coming, I bet Cammie's coming too. And I'm sure they will be dressed to the hilt because pioneer history is very important to them.
There are so many people in Elko that have the most wonderful pioneer outfits, and they will all be on display this weekend. And put on your pioneer clothes. I know at least one person, shout out to Rebecca, she just finished her pioneer dress and she made it all herself, and she's so excited to show it off this weekend. So join Rebecca in showing off your pioneer gear.
All right. That's, of course, California Trail Days 2 great days, both Saturday and Sunday, and it's free. I want to make sure that we've mentioned the highlights of the event. I mean, that's the beauty. Even though it's 2 days, you have some of the same guest speakers, you really never know what's going to happen. It's like live theater.
Absolutely. You never know who's going to show up. You never know what's going to happen. There's always something exciting that happens. And one thing I forgot to mention is that we will have the craft corral going on in the South Fork room, where you'll have an opportunity to come in and make your own stuff. So Diet from the museum will be in making buzz saws. And we're going to have Larry Heislip out. He's going to be doing magical things with clay, and we'll have a couple of other things going on. So if you like to make crafts, come on out and you can do that as well.
You'll have something to take home to commemorate your visit to California Trail Days this weekend at the California Trail Interpretive Center. Cheryl, you're always so full of energy, and we appreciate it, and we know how hard you've been working, but this is really an easy sell. People love their trail days. I know you're going to find this out. Yes.
Absolutely. We usually have, at least 400 people or so come through in the 2 days, and as much as we're scrambling around, we're also telling ourselves it's going to be amazing. It's going to be great, because it's not about where the wagon is. It's not about if we put this table here or there. It's about the people that come and the energy that they bring, and all of the interactions and the sharing and the old friends and just all of that. And so as much as we're stressing about the details, we know that it's really about the people that come, and that's what's most important. So get us on your calendar. Come on out. Everything starts at 10 a.m. on both days. We're going to go 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, June 7th. And then we're going to go 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Sunday, the 8th, just so we have some time to pack up and take a breather before we all head home.
Oh, Cheryl, thanks again. The California Trail Center is located 8 miles west of Elko. Just take the Hunter exit there at 292 and enjoy. There'll be plenty of parking. I know 400 people sounds like a lot, but that's spread out over the 2 days. There's amazing parking. You can take big vehicles. So if you're vacationing, everybody is invited to come out and celebrate. Bring your own picnic lunch or plan to spend a little at the Shoshone Taco Wagon and enjoy that food too. So perfect.
Absolutely. We hope you all make it out. Can't wait to see you.
Well, if that wasn't enough, California Trail does have, the Interpretive Center does have an assortment of summer programs. I mean, this is when you really start to ramp up all the outreach. The kiddos are going to be out of school. A lot of parents get to enjoy time with their kiddos, and these are great opportunities to do that.
Absolutely. We've got some wonderful June programs on the calendar. We're so excited. And again, it's our goal to have some sort of free program every single weekend. Sometimes they're on Friday, sometimes they're on Saturday, sometimes they're on Sunday, but we try to provide that free to the community every single weekend. And after Trail Days, we'll be kicking that off with June 14th at 11 a.m. We're going to be offering our famous bows and throws again, and we'll be featuring archery. So those of you that don't have an archery course set up in your backyard, come on out to our backyard and try your hand at archery. We'll be running that from 11 a.m. till noon or 1. Just come on into the front desk, tell them you're interested, and we'll take you on out.
And the great thing is you supply all the gear. You don't have to have any experience. We know that there's a lot of interest in archery, and this is a very popular youth sport, and it's right in time for Father's Day weekend. Cheryl, how cool is that?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so bring your father out and have a little friendly competition doing some archery out on our range, and that's so true, Lori. I can admit I am not the most expert archer, and we get sometimes some little kids, 7 or 8 years old, that school me. So I love seeing those kids come out that have those great hunting skills and archery skills. Bring the whole family out. It's something everyone can enjoy.
And that will be on Saturday, June 14th, starting at 11 a.m. And that's archery in particular at the California Trail Center. And then you'll be following that up. Oh, the wildflower hike. This is so exciting. I'm sure you'll get a good crowd for this one.
This is always a great one. Last year, I got to lead this, so that was such a treat. I lucked out on that one. So on Saturday, June 21st at 10 a.m., we will be meeting at the Talbot Trailhead in Lamoille Canyon. And if you're not familiar with that, that's going to be your first trailhead on the left-hand side, right after you pass the Powerhouse picnic area. And if that little tiny parking lot is full, just keep on going down the road another, 100 yards or so. And on your right-hand side, there'll be a larger parking lot. And we're going to be focusing on wildflowers. And last year, there were so many beautiful wildflowers. And not just the wildflowers, but the trees and the shrubs and whatever wildlife we come across. We'll be taking it as it comes and talking about everything good.
And it's a short hike. I mean, it's long enough to enjoy all that the gorgeous Lamoille Canyon has to offer, Cheryl, but it's not something that's going to be arduous from what I understand.
Absolutely not. This is a great family hike. So they'll only be going for a couple of hours. They'll be back to the trailhead before it gets too hot. And this is perfect for families. Feel free to bring your dog. You have them on a leash, of course. But yeah, we'd love to see the whole family out. And if you have an interest in nature, trees, geology, come on out. We'd love to talk to you about all that cool stuff.
And this is nice. Again, it's free. It's Saturday, June 21st, 10 a.m., Wildflower Hike in Talbot Trail, Lamoille Canyon. And it's really a nice experience for, say, you're new to the area and you've driven up and down Lamoille Canyon, but you've been a little intimidated, not sure where to go, where the best hikes are, where to see the wildflowers.
Yeah, for sure. And another great reason to come is just to make new friends. After we left the hike last year, a few people had exchanged phone numbers, and I love to imagine them hiking together out on the trails in Lamoille Canyon. And so, yeah, if you're new to the area or you don't have a hiking buddy, we always know it's better to hike in pairs. Come on out with us. We'd love to share the day with you and everything we know.
Oh, thanks, Cheryl. Again, what a great effort from the California Trail Interpretive Center. And I know that you wouldn't be able to accomplish most of this without your great collaborations, and that includes Nevada Outdoor School.
Oh my goodness. I don't know where we would be without Nevada Outdoor School. They have been just absolutely incredible this year since we've been going through all these changes and everything that's going on. So shout out to NOS. They are a very important partner. And on Friday, June 27th at 2:30 p.m., they're going to be offering their wonderful Nature in the Park program, which is a fun and engaging learning experience for kids 3 to 7 years old to come on out and learn about their role in nature. And it's not, you don't have to be between 3 and 7 to come out. Anyone is welcome to come out who loves nature and just wants to learn a little bit, explore, or, maybe just meet some local people. If you have kids that are new to the area, need some friends, this is a great way to come out, meet some new kids, and connect with nature.
And that's on Friday, June 27th, 2:30 p.m., also at the Trail Center. And it's really fun. Even if you don't have little ones, 3 to 7 year olds, as you mentioned, whether you're a parent or not, grandparent, you can really see this experience. You can have this experience through their eyes. And sometimes the toddlers, the little ones, find the most interesting stuff, rocks, and they point out the insects. And
oh my gosh, Lori, you are so right. Some of the best things I know about nature are because I was with little ones who were close to the ground and they picked something up and they said, Cheryl, what is this? And I didn't know.
Right.
And so that really motivated me to figure out what that was. And I never would have noticed that little tiny thing unless that little one was showing it to me. And Nature in the Park is part of an ongoing program that NOS offers on a regular basis. So if you can't make it out on the 27th, look this program up on the Nevada Outdoor School website and see if it's a good fit for your family, because it's an ongoing program and just a really great way to reinforce those connections with nature. If maybe you don't have a degree in, biology and you don't have that information to share with your kids, bring them on out. We would love to share what we know.
And of course, Nevada Outdoor School is an acclaimed program in rural Nevada. They do programs in Winnemucca. They're expanding, and they have a lot of great support because they also teach safety and encourage stewardship, Cheryl, because not everybody is familiar with, our public lands, getting out and enjoying these beautiful wild spaces.
Yeah, they really focus on leave no trace and tread lightly. I took my UTV training course with Nevada Outdoor School, and they're the only ones offering that program here in Northern Nevada. And we all know how much people in Northern Nevada love their UTVs. It's a great way to get out on the landscape and see cool stuff. And so without the Nevada Nevada Outdoor School, I think people would be a lot less safe. So we're very grateful to have them, very grateful for all the programs that they offer, and most importantly, just so grateful that they're a wonderful partner and that we get to work with them.
And thanks to the community for supporting Nevada Outdoor School as much as you do the California Trail Interpretive Center. You know, we mentioned that there's free admission, free activities. We appreciate that the Bureau of Land Management operates this center, Cheryl, but also even California Trail Days just wouldn't be possible without our foundation and the support that you get from the nonprofit groups that also care about preserving the trails, the Alliance, I think it is.
That's so true. We have so many partners that support us and such a wonderful tapestry of support in this community. The California Trail Heritage Alliance are absolutely integral to our existence, to our outreach, to our marketing dollars, and really to our inspiration. You know, it's easy to get bogged down in the details, especially when you work for the federal government. And so having this support, having this network of partners really keeps us all, floating higher and floating together in hopefully going in a common direction to support this community and really foster that stewardship and love for resources and for history.
Cheryl, thank you so much. Cheryl Miller, of course, is our supervisory park ranger, bringing all of this together. And then we're going to wrap up the month of June with some more gold panning.
Oh my gosh, this is probably one of our most popular programs on the weekend that we do. So we'll be doing Trails to Treasure gold panning. Macy will be leading this program. It's going to be on Saturday, June 27th at 11 a.m. And it's called Trails to Treasure because everyone will be leaving with a little bag of some kind of treasure. Ooh. So this is not going to be gold panning in vain. You will be leaving with a little bit of treasure. And last year, this was such a well-attended program. I came and helped Macy, and it was such a pleasure to see people gold panning together and telling stories and giving each other pointers. And this is one of those programs that is literally amazing for everyone. We had toddlers having a great time. We had teenagers, they weren't like acting like they were having a great time, but I knew they were having a great time. We had adults, even elderly people, and everyone in between all together. It was so beautiful. I think it was one of my favorite programs last year, just because of all the wonderful connections that were made, interactions, fun, sharing. There's nothing better than seeing a kid come out with a little bag of treasure.
Well, and who doesn't want to play in the water? Right?
Oh, yeah. That's another great thing is that you'll be panning in the water so you can stay cool, too.
Yep. So don't forget that date. That one is on the 27th. And that starts at 11 a.m. at the California Trail Interpretive Center. That rounds out the month of June, Cheryl. But, there are so many other activities. I was trying to make some notes about throughout the year, the summer, you have stargazing, you have square dancing, live music, you've talked about that. It's all about history come to life, but it's also about building these relationships in the community.
It is, and building memories, and just giving the community somewhere to go that's safe and fun. I can't remember the date right offhand, but we're going to be doing at least one Pioneer Ice Cream Day, which of course is hand-churned ice cream that is super, super popular. We're going to be doing our bows and throws once a month. Brenda's going to be coming back with her sewing programs, so those will be coming back in July. So many different fun programs. Please check out our events calendar at californiatrailcenter.org. Follow us on Facebook because we've got all kinds of new and fun things coming up. We have a Chalk Fest coming up where we have a featured artist and people are going to be creating chalk artwork all over the Trail Center based on the Wild West and the Pioneer experience. So many cool and fun things coming up. So stay tuned to our social media and our website. We'd love to have you come out. And we're always looking for volunteers. So if you're looking for something to do this summer or this fall that supports our community and is really fun, we'd love to have you join the family. So contact me at the Trail Center. I'd love to talk to you about it.
Cheryl Miller, California Trail Interpretive Center. She is our supervisory park ranger. And again, when summer wraps up, you're going to be easing into fall. We have art displays, you have archives. I mean, there are just so many different ongoing projects and activities, and it wouldn't be possible without the founders, the people that had the vision. You know, there were those of us silly enough to go have the first trail days just out in the sagebrush where that was going to be, you know, because there was no building yet, but we wanted to have trail days, darn it. So, and we did. Yeah.
Yeah. And looking forward to next year for 2026, trail days. We don't have all the details yet, but it's going to be bigger. It's going to be better. And it's going to commemorate the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And we haven't got all the details yet, but I think it's going to be over the 4th of July.
Oh.
So for 2026, it's going to be bigger, better, and even more exciting. So keep your eyes out for those details as well.
Again, lots of opportunities to collaborate with California Trail Interpretive Center, celebrating the nation's 250th. What better way to do it than by commemorating the first people and the pioneer spirit? The pioneers, Cheryl, you know, we had this great conversation. There's going to be this Gravelly Ford field trip. In fact, it's underway as we're speaking because we recorded early to accommodate the field trip. But it's all about that human spirit, to improve ourselves, to improve our lives, to go after something that you may not fully understand. That's what seeing the elephant is all about. That's why there's a giant elephant bronze there in the exhibit hall.
Absolutely. We think, you know, oh, we're so different from the people back in the 1800s or the 1600s. And honestly, we're not. We're all still trying to make a better life for our family. We're all still trying to pursue our dreams. We're all still trying to build a wonderful community where we feel safe and we feel loved. And, you know, those types of ideas just don't change. And that's what I think is beautiful about learning about history, is that I think we're all more similar than we are different. And when we focus on those similarities, that's where we really find our strength. And that's, to me, what community is coming together and really building something that supports all of us.
Cheryl, thanks. Very wise. And I know that you get a lot of your inspiration from the people around you in the community who care so much. Shout out. I know you're listening, but you know, the people that are able to listen, that help to create this center, or certainly the descendants of, because, you know, sadly we've lost some of the founders along the way, but there's plenty of opportunity to get in and support through being an Alliance member, supporting the California Trail Center's foundation, Cheryl, just to keep this going.
Absolutely. We can't let that dream die. We're all the stewards of this history. We're all the stewards of this important information. And so we need to hold that dear in our heart, but also share that with others as much as we can. Thank you all for your support, and we can't wait to see you out there tomorrow at Trail Days.